Now what happens if the application leaks data? Data leaks in the application is another issue in mobile applications. And in a mobile application security, it is possible that an app may unintentionally leak sensitive data to an attacker. This requires an extra attention from the developer and the code he uses for login during the development phase. It must be removed and he must make sure that no data is actually prone to leaks. So again, this includes sensitive data. It probably logs on sensitive that it goes beyond the sandbox in. So the main reason behind focusing on this is that applications unboxing not be applicable to some of the attacks in this class. If a user actually copies some sensitive data, such as your security answer from an application or anything that will be placed on the device clipboard or in the other portions of memory, which is definitely out of the application sandbox, and any other application sitting on the same device can read this data, copy it without the knowledge of the first application. Okay? Now another thing is the web services. And web services are almost similar to web applications. So it is possible that a web service can be affected with all the common vulnerabilities that a normal web application can actually have. For example, you can leverage many different types of vulnerabilities and threats like authentication, authorization, vulnerabilities. Session management in mobile platforms is typically done using an authentication token. Okay? So when the user logs in for the first time, he will be given an authentication token, and this will be used for the rest of the session. If that token is not properly secured until it's destroyed or expired, it definitely may lead to an attack. Okay? Now killing the session at the client side but not at the server side is another common problem that is actually seen in mobile applications as well. So those are the type of things that you actually can manipulate and reuse tokens, and also input validation. Okay? So input validation is also known as data validation that we actually have seen in application for years, right? So it is possible to have a SQL injection or a cross-site scripting vulnerability if no input validation controls are actually implemented. Okay? So those are the things that you focus to evaluate that backend. Now errors that are attracted to attacker or some pen testers are another type of threat, and that is error handling. And if not properly done, then the API is actually throwing database or server error specific to the crafted request. It is actually possible for you to actually craft attacks using those errors, right? And let's see another thing, and that is weak cryptography. It's another area where developers commit mistakes during the development. I am making sure that they do not employ weak cryptographic protocols. Okay?